Berkshire Mall might have some exciting things once it gets demolished. Berkshire Mall is gonna have it might it might have a Costco coming. And once Costco comes, I can have a local Costco. I really want a Costco. Anyway, and why am I saying close McDonald's? It's weird. So Berkshire Mall, if you don't know what it is, it opened in 1970. It was owned by Allied Properties, Hamdar, and now it's being owned by Abrams, the ones that are going to be demolishing the mall and turning it into an outdoor, an open air area. They'll only have It's going to be like a shopping center that might look like Broadcasting Square or Broadcasting District, but it might have like more different stores, like Costco, maybe like a new Walmart, because according to the video I just watched, Walmart might go there. The question is, when is when is all of this like? The question is, the question. The question. And what? No. John, why are you sending ice on us? We are prepared.
Switch to TurboTax and file your own taxes free in the app if you didn't file with us last year.
I was
Just
talking
file
about the Berkshire Mall.
Many of the
Talk
nation's
about
governors
this.
gathered in Washington, D.C. this week for the National Governors Association winter meeting, including Pennsylvania's Josh Shapiro, who's out with a new book, Where We Keep the Light: Stories from a Life of Service. I spoke with Governor Shapiro shortly after he attended a White
Oh, he
House
made a
breakfast
book?
meeting Friday with President Trump, and he was in the room with the president when the Supreme Court ruled against his tariff policy.
He was going on and on about other topics, and an aide interrupted him, handed him a note. He read the note. He asked the aide if that meant, I think he said, we lost, as a question. The aide nodded in affirmation. He called it a disgrace, and I think he took one more question from a governor and then moved on. Look, I think the disgrace, frankly, is what he's done to our farmers in Pennsylvania, the way he's hurt consumers. Now it looks like he's going to try and make an end around, which is only going to create more chaos and higher costs for the American people.
So let's talk about the end around. He's talked about this Section 122. What does it mean? Do you think he can do it?
I think there's real legal questions. And look, we've seen now that the president was acting outside his legal authority. By the way, not a new thing for him. As someone who's had to take him to court 19 times as governor, the thing about the tariffs is he's doing it in a way that is hurting the American people, hurting our farmers, hurting consumers, hurting our small businesses. We know that. By the way, the president knows that. That's why he offered a bailout to our farmers. He acknowledged the fact that his policies are hurting Pennsylvanians, hurting Americans. I wish he would just adhere to the Supreme Court's ruling and stop the pain for the American people.
I want to touch on foreign policy. I know you're governor, but it's important to everybody in the country. You've seen this massive buildup in the Middle East. The president threatening to strike Iran. Would you support that?
I'd want to know what the president's goals are. I'd want to know what his objectives are. About the only thing we know now, thanks to reporting from you and others, is that there's been this massive buildup of military assets in the region. Look, we know the Iranians. These are the bad guys. These are the folks these are the people who are the largest exporter of terrorism around the globe. You will find no sympathy from me when it comes to the Iranians,
I don't even
but what
know
I want to
if
see from our commander-in-chief is clear purpose, clear intentions, clear directives, and I think he owes the American people that answer before engaging.
One of the crazy things is, Donald Trump pushed TikTok the day that TikTok gets banned from America, but so far we still have TikTok. I had no idea. Looks like everyone forgot about what happened to TikTok.
Engaging in military action.
Let's talk about the state of the Democratic Party right now. You said that November's election needs to be a referendum on President Trump and that Democrats need to focus on reining in the excesses, the chaos, the cruelty, the lawlessness of this administration. So what exactly is the pitch on how Democrats should do that?
I've called for a national referendum on these chaotic, cruel, and corrupt policies of the Trump administration. Show up, vote in record numbers. And if you do, it is likely we'll not only reelect a bunch of Democratic governors who are holding the line here and protecting the rule of law, but we're very likely, and by the way, maybe even just in Pennsylvania with our competitive congressional.
Sorry about that, guys. There's always messages on my with me. I don't know who sent me a message. What? 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 Who's this? talk to this guy. I'll have a talk. I'll have a talk. Follow back. Follow back. I always follow my Instagram followers. If you guys follow me, I'll follow you, by the way. Ooh. Let's go back on the. How about. I have to join his call.
Hello?
What do you mean about this guy saying that stuff?
So let me share my screen for you. So in Sherry's, I actually messaged her back a couple times, and I said once I was gonna put him, which I just said right now. But
By the way, just to warn you, I'm filming.
so you said, so this is what the guy said. He said, "Hi babe, hello babe, hi, good darling, good morning." Oh wait, so first he said, "Hi, hello babe, hi babe, how are you feeling today? Live babe, you beautiful." And what picture? In picture pic. Oh, he thinks my profile is pretty.
I'm gonna see what this guy wants.
Not him thinking I'm Mama from Cat's Eye.
Is this the right guy?
No, he thinks I'm Mama from a Cat's Eye. Connor.
What?
Hello?
I'm here. I'm here,
Connor?
Emma. I'm here, Emma.
But Connor, he thinks I'm Mama from Cat's Eye. That's my picture. That's why he thinks.
Gotta go. I gotta run some errands. Bye. I can still watch her. Okay, then yeah, that's Emma.